Ladies and gentlemen, the prediction that I gave out earlier this week was definitely spot on. The weight was too much. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something. Jermell Charlo was saying that he was daring to be great. I understand that, but I'm not going to, I just don't respect it. Because if you look at Canelo Álvarez was daring to be great against Dimitri Bivol. And, nobody gave him credit. Everybody was doubting him, saying that, he was, lacking a couple steps. And now, I mean, he fights Jermell Charlo. I can't wait to see what the media says. I'm pretty sure that they're going to say they're not going to give Canelo Álvarez his just dues. What else is new in the boxing world? I mean, it was clear cut. Jermell Charlo just wasn't a lion. He wasn't a little alley cat. Like, let's just be honest, gave him no respect. He looked so robotic in the first 3 rounds. Just didn't have no snap in his punches. And he felt one body shot from Canelo, landed on his elbow, and he was like, oh, shit, this is real. So he didn't fight like a warrior. He didn't go down on his shield. I want to see what the media has to say. A lot of people go for, a fighter for just off of the race. Some people just go off of because they know the person. Here in Mill City Boxing, we keep it unbiased and objectively. Over here, we keep it 100. And like I said before, man, this was the Canelo show. It seemed like the judges gave Jermell Charlo the 5th round. I mean, even if he gave him the 5th round, he didn't really do much anyway in that fight. There's no hate. Jermell Charlo is a good fighter, but there's weight classes for a reason. And Canelo Álvarez is the best at 168 pounds. The only person that I see that could give him some type of difficulties is a guy like, David Benavidez, but that would be a war. It would be a nice fight to watch. Nevertheless, Jermell Charlo, he has an opportunity to fight, to get his revenge for his brother, but he has to be victorious against Jose Benavidez on that Demetrius Andre card versus David Benavidez. That will be on the undercard. So if he is victorious, he will be able to get his revenge from his brother. Leading up to the fight, I think Canelo Álvarez did a great job with the body attack. He out-jabbed Jermell Charlo, this is where you really start to see that you just don't want to fight. You just want to fight me. You got Canelo outworking you. You got him out-jabbing you, and he's hitting you into the body, and you're scared because you know that he's going to counter you. He's going to counter you with a bomb. So you have to respect Canelo Álvarez's game. I mean, he's a monster. Well, let's see what the media has to say tomorrow. They're going to say, he was too small. Canelo Álvarez is a weight bully, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to hear it. You got Jermell Charlo saying he's daring to be great. My brother, let me tell you something. You're very big for your weight class. And just like Errol Spence, eventually, you outgrow it. And maybe at 160 pounds, Jermell Charlo will do a lot better. But I don't want to see him at 168 pounds with a big puncher like Canelo Álvarez. I think guys like Caleb Plant can really outbox Jermell Charlo. I think that David Benavidez will probably stop Jermell Charlo. I think that David Morrell. So you already know he said he was going to go back down to 154 pounds, like I said before, and to fight the winner of Brian Mendoza versus Tim Tszyu. And I think that's a good fight for him. I feel like you should just continue to be king in your weight class. There's no hate, but you came for the bag, Charlo. You came for the bag, and you wasn't a warrior. You wasn't no lion. You was an alley cat. You was on your bike, and you didn't really fight back. So when it comes to, him not over speaking in the press conference, now we know why. Leading up to some of the other fights on the card, Elijah Garcia, an amazing performance for a middleweight, for 20 years old. That kid is definitely special. I do think that he needs to work on his defense a little bit more. I do think he needs to work on picking up his shots and keeping the high guard more and get off of the Philly shelf, because the Philly shelf is really not working for you, my brother. Trust in your hooks, man, because your hooks was a big factor in the fight. He scored a knockdown and a knockout. My bad, a knockout. So, I mean, he's highly respected as a middleweight, and it looks like he's in pretty good position in his career right now to be able to look for a title. The 160 division is definitely pretty open. Now, leading up to Mario Barrios and Ugas. Ugas, I think he might need to, like, put the gloves down. The Torah Repna, getting beat up and getting your eye closed every fight is not worth it. You want to be able to leave the sport so you could be able to see. And, he has kids, and you want to be able to be a good father. You made enough money on the sport. He got knocked down 2 times by Barrios. Barrios, not necessarily a big puncher at welterweight, but the younger, fresher fighter was superior. He knocked him down. His first knockdown was in the second round, and I believe that he knocked him down in the 7th as well. Great performance from Mario Barrios. Looked really well. Looks like he has a bright future ahead of him. Has a lot of opportunities. But hey, it's just boxing, and he got the opportunities. Now leading up to the Jesus Ramos and Erickson Lubin. Erickson Lubin wins a unanimous decision, which is pretty odd because it could, in my eyes, it was more like a split decision, and I could see why they went with Lubin, but then again, it was a shocker to the crowd. It was a shocker to the whole platform that he lost. A lot of people were screaming robbery. I did think that, Jesus Ramos did win the first 7 rounds. So that is basically him winning the fight. But they gave it to Lubin. I'm friends with Lubin. I'm happy for him. But I think he should probably run that back. I think Jesus Ramos was a great sport. I did think that Jesus Ramos did let out the last 4 rounds of the fight, which kind of pursued the judges of thinking, depending on how they judged, the first half of the fight. But nevertheless, happy to see Lubin get his just dues. I think he had a tough route in his career, but Jesus Ramos, this is definitely not the end of him. He fought a good fight. He just let out. And it's a lesson. It's a lesson to be learned, So he'll be back, and I'm pretty sure he'll be champion one day. But nevertheless, some great fights tonight. Make sure you guys smash the like button, and definitely let me know what y'all think in the comments section. Let's chop it up.